ecstatic to be visiting one of my favorite countries again for the fifth time, but this time around visiting a brand new city. Was a little nervous because it was raining hard, before our flight, but thankfully we took off and landed on time and just experienced a bit of turbulence. We landed at 8 p.m. and after the immigration process, we took the free bus shuttle that would take us to the train station, and we took the airport line and got off at Nakasu Kawabata station. Our hotel's location was really awesome because it was near the train station and was close to a lot of restaurants that were open at 24 hours. We stayed at the lively Fukuoka hotel, and the room was nice and clean, and it was the standard size for most Japanese hotel rooms. After we checked in, we headed down for some late dinner, and we wanted to try Matsuya. So Matsuya is actually very similar to Yoshinoya. They have their beef bowls and their sukiyaki, so I decided to try the small bowl that came with miso soup, and it was only 390 yen. It was super good and super satisfying. It was perfect for our first meal in Japan. On our first day, we decided to head to the Nanzoin Temple, but grab breakfast first at 7-Eleven. I love konbini food in Japan because there are just so many options. So I chose these chocolate croissants and paired it, of course, with their yummy coffee. After which, we decided to head to the train station. We took the subway to the Hakata station so that we could switch to the JR line that would take us to the Nanzoin Temple. When we got to Hakata station, this is sort of like their central station where people can switch between subways, the JR line, and their Shinkansen.
Hey guys, we are on our way to the Nanzoin Temple. We had to take the subway and then switch to the JR line at the Hakata station, and it's just a 3-minute walk from the station.
The massive reclining Buddha is actually found at the top of the Nanzoin Temple, so it was a bit of a hike. We can actually see how far we've come from the JR station down there. And what's great is that it was nice and sunny. It was extra hot, but at least it wasn't raining. There was a shop selling matcha ice cream, but of course people were here to really see this amazing, breathtaking, massive reclining Buddha. It's definitely a must-see when visiting Fukuoka, and just pictures and photos just don't do it justice after seeing it up close.
Let's get matcha ice cream.
It was so hot that I actually ended up spilling some of this matcha ice cream on my shirt because it melted so quick, but I was glad I had some wet wipes to clean it up. So we headed back down to the train station, and we took the JR line back to the Hakata station just in time for lunch. It was a Sunday, so the malls were pretty packed, and the way the malls in Fukuoka are structured are the restaurants are usually found on the top floor. So we found this really nice katsu place. There were lines everywhere, but we decided to line up for this place, and it was definitely worth the wait. The katsu was just so juicy, and the cabbage dressing and even the sauce just made everything so flavorful that, any katsu place here in Manila just pales in comparison. I am definitely coming back. So after a bit of mall hopping, we decided to head back to our hotel to rest before dinner. And when we got there, it was raining a bit. Ichiran HQ was actually located right next to our hotel. So the night before, the lines were pretty crazy, but since it was a rainy Sunday, we decided to take our chances and try out for an early dinner. So I chose and ordered just their regular ramen, which cost around 990 yen. I love their very systematic and simple ordering and payment process across most of the restaurants here in Japan. We waited just around 20 minutes, and we actually got seated right away. It's pretty amazing. So here it is. It's a beautiful bowl of ramen, which I definitely enjoyed. Similar to all other ramen restaurants, they ask you to select how hard you want your noodles to be, how flavorful your soup is, whether you want it spicy. So I went with the chef's recommendation. After dinner, we decided to head to Don Quixote, which was also right across the street, just to shop for some pasalubong and Japan goodies, food, and makeup. And I was just so happy to see some Mario and Kirby merch, but I ended up not buying anything. We decided to have breakfast at the hotel the next day, and it was a la carte, but it had a drink buffet, and you could choose from these amazing croffles with yummy side dishes. On our second day, we decided to check out TeamLab and the Unko Museum, which is located near the Pepe Dome. It's a bit of a walk. It's actually 15 minutes away from the train station, but it was definitely worth it. This entire building actually holds like a lot of fun activities like a giant slide, TeamLab, the Unko Museum, and a lot of others. Even though it was a Monday, there was a bit of a line, but we didn't have to wait too long. What's great about this, it's very different from the one in Tokyo. It was the immersive forest where you can actually catch animals and release them and learn more about them. Funny story is that actually my sneakers broke even before we entered TeamLab. So there were a few physical activities where I had to be extra careful just to make sure that I didn't fall on my face. A tip I have for you guys if you decide to check out the TeamLab Forest in Fukuoka is that you should enter a room twice because sometimes the artwork changes. So this particular room showed really nice pink and purple flowers, but the next time I walked in, they actually showed some really nice sunflowers. After TeamLab, we decided to check out the Unko Museum, which is on a separate floor. It's in Fukuoka for a limited time only, but it's a really fun, colorful experience. It starts with everyone lined up and sitting on the toilet, and you creating your own work of art. And you actually get to keep what you made. And when you get inside, it's just a lot of group-shaped, related activities which kids and adults can both enjoy. So unko apparently is something that you scream in Japanese when you are taking a dump. After that, we headed to the Markis Mall, which is across the street, to grab some lunch. We found this really cute Kushikatsu restaurant that had really good lunch set meals. And then we did a bit of, window shopping, checking out the mall, and we actually saw these really adorable pups, and I was able to buy shoes for myself and my sister. After that, we headed to Ohori Park, which was huge, and it was just super hot that day, so we weren't really able to go, explore the entire park. I don't know, there's just something about Japanese parks. They're just so serene and beautiful. There were so many animals. There were ducks, turtles, and a lot of different types of birds. After that, we headed to the bridge so that we could take pictures at the popular Red Pavilion. Unfortunately, because it was golden hour, our pictures were against the light, but just really capturing how the light bounces off the water was just so beautiful. And of course, because it was super hot, we decided to grab some ice cream from their vendo machine. And I'm always amazed at how frozen and creamy their ice creams are despite the heat. So I got a matcha one for myself. We decided to continue our temple run, and we headed to the Tochoji Temple, which you can actually get to when you take the subway and you get off at the Gion station. It's a pretty massive area. You can see this beautiful red pagoda. And then if you walk a little further, you can actually see the Jotenji Temple and garden. And it was a weekday, so it was very peaceful and quiet. Actually, it was just us at the venue. But it was very, very beautiful. After that, we decided to head back to the Hakata station for dinner. And we found this really fun sushi train or sushi conveyor belt place that was reasonably priced and had really good sushi. It did not disappoint. Their salmon melts in your mouth. Their fatty tuna was amazing. And then we also got a lemon sour, which was pretty strong. And I was tipsy after just one glass. For our third and last day in Fukuoka, we decided to check out the Kushida Shrine, which was a couple of minutes away from our hotel and just a stone's throw away from Canal City Mall. And then we decided to head to Canal City in time for lunch. There's actually an hourly fountain show that everyone catches, and I hear that it's actually a lot better at night because of the lights. And this specific song reminds me of Blades of Glory. I don't know if you guys know that movie, but it was just really fun. For lunch, we decided to check out the Ramen Stadium or food court, which is found on the 6th floor, and you can actually try different types of ramen. So we decided to try out the Hakata style ramen, which was super good and very different from, the ones that we tried before, like Ichiran. Broth was very tasty, and I definitely recommend that you try it while in Fukuoka. We obviously wouldn't leave Fukuoka without trying their infamous Yatai food stalls. It's actually found right across the Canal City and pretty close to our hotel. We decided to go for a stall that was offering more yakitori options because we just had ramen. It was pretty pricey. This set of assorted yakitori costs around 3,400 yen. And that includes, of course, the 2 lemon sours that we tried, but definitely worth the experience. On our way back to the hotel, we decided to take the main road, and it was actually a lot easier because it wasn't hot anymore. Our Fukuoka trip was short and sweet, but it was definitely a different experience from Osaka and Tokyo. The vibe was very chill, and I would definitely visit again. I'd recommend you guys to visit during the cooler months, so you definitely get to explore the city. Thanks for watching! Till the next vlog.